Hey everyone, Fatty from Pack a Punch Traders here. Just going to do a video lesson going over the top plays for tomorrow, April 3rd. First off, let's go over some of the top plays from Friday. Had a couple good calls there. TORO as well as IMPX. These worked out exactly as planned. We have IMPX reaching roughly 60 cents, which is what was out of the watch list. I thought it could maybe get to 65. But I thought that was a bit of a push, considering we have some resistance for this around 55 cents. I figured that might give it a hard time. But yeah, as you can see, strong demand, and that's what led to the strong push, going from 47 to 59. That's really the takeaway here, because TORO, it did do what I want. I was expecting to get to the 320s, 330 area, but you can see the range wasn't as much, and the volume wasn't either. So this could only get to 330. It wasn't going to go past that, considering the demand that it had. But we have IMPX, where we were thinking at first, okay, it has resistance around 54, 55. If demand is strong, it can keep pushing further, and the next level will be 60. In this case, in TORO, we didn't get that. It just squeezed to 330, and as you can see here, volume gets exhausted, and you don't get this kind of demand the rest of the day. This is just last gasp, shorts getting out. As you can see, we got a solid hold of the breakout level here, 288, around VWAP as well, holding open price. So you get this squeeze, but what happens is the squeeze isn't that strong, and it just reaches the next resistance area, and from there, it does nothing. So to make things shorter, this is another lesson showing the importance of demand and how that fuels prices higher. TORO didn't have as much volume behind it, so percentage-wise, it did not run as much from the breakout level. Right, let me double check that, actually. Because in my head, I was saying that it's more. So we got 0.43. Okay, this one, we'll call it 15%. And then we had the other one went. So yeah, it went a little over 10% more. And that's going to be because of the volume, the demand that it had. So, not to make this any longer, I think I got the point across. Let's get into the top plays for tomorrow. We got ZURA, which at the moment is not fantastic, but I do like the overall pattern that we have with ZURA. The incredible push from just under 8 going to 37, 38. And then here we are just fading, holding around $15 key level psychologically. We did have this little fake out breakdown past the low from the 28th. So far, this is showing that it is just a fake out breakdown. It's not really having the momentum to push lower and lower. So, whatever shorts are trapped in this, I'm expecting to really look to start to cover their position here, as well as any dip buyers who just want to let this cool down before they start buying it back. Start looking at this as a possible momentum shift, bullish indication, as I am. So, yeah, we'll just keep this as a top watch. I am not a huge fan of the volume that it's got going on right now. Usually we do see plays like this where it's not just a volume fade, but the volume completely dies. It's different than CISO, where, as you can see, volume did slow down, but we didn't get this kind of price action. As you can see here, we would go minutes at a time, it looks like, without a trade or so. What it looks like, it's really spaced out and messed up. There's no volume. It looks like trash. And same thing with box D. Well, I guess that one was a bit different. No, not really. As you can see, yes, volume is fading, but it's not completely dying off. There's still an edge here. There's still people watching it. Um, so yeah, it fades, but if you look at the price action, there's enough volume that it shows that there are people with eyes on the play, and that's really what we're looking for. If people just completely forget to play, here's URA with this kind of volume, it could just go sideways, just keep fading. We've seen them act abnormally, and this could be one of them. But as I said, overall pattern I do like, so we will keep an eye on this. Next up, we got BBAI. Here we got a previous high at daybreak over 253 is what I'm looking for, and I'm just looking for it to test 3, the next resistance area. We do have something a little different. It is a New York Stock Exchange play, but it's got a low float, former runner, first green day with some decent volume, breaking out of this range here. I don't see why this can't have another leg up. As you can see here, this typically has 2 green days in a row. We got 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's just to varying degrees of strength behind them. 1, 2. This is one's a bit different. So there are a couple times that are different, but overall, after the first green day on BBAI, good chance of getting another one. So in that case, we're going to continue to watch for it to hold a breakout level around 220. But ultimately, my main focus is 253, as we got a lot of people whose eyes are going to be there. If this shows that it can continue higher, have strength, shorts will get squeezed, buyers will come back. That will be enough demand to give it that push to 3. Ideally, that's what I have in mind. That's all we're looking at here. Just the pass looks pretty good for this play. So I don't see why it can't have another green day. So looking for that 250 area to hold for that push to 3. Lastly here, what do we got? SI, multi-day bounce. So here we are having pretty strong move from the low ones. Let's see here, get it more exact. Yeah, just about 1. And then it gets to the 240s. Just call it mid 2s. So not quite 150%, but close enough. I see that there's people watching this. This thing has faded. I like this one more than ZURA. As you can see, there is still some eyes on it. The way this moves, even though the volume is fading, it's not gone completely. So it's trying to hold $1.50 key level psychologically. I like how we got this higher low here throughout the day. After this morning on Friday, it set the low at 150 and didn't see it ever since. So this could be a small little momentum shift that can get the ball rolling to really get us a move triggered up to 2. That would be a key area. But I would like to see it go past that. But yeah, I think that's kind of all I got. SI, ZURA, and BBAI, and of course the lessons going over IMPX and TORO. So yeah, we'll just wrap it up there. Hope everyone had a great week, great weekend. Studied up. Here we are with a new month. Go over March, your performance, what went right, what went wrong.